Word Life here with Rip. I don't know how to pronounce pay-per-view correctly, Riptidz.
Fuck off. We're here with D2 Extra Crispy Life.
Nah.
Yes.
Well, with the amount of times you freaking burned me, that may be the case, but at least I can pronounce pay-per-view instead of calling it paper reviews.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I never will. And I know you're just going to get me back next week, maybe. I don't know yet. But this week's freaking pay-per-view review that we're going to be doing is Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, or TLC 2020. That took place on December 20th, 2020, and obviously from the Thunderdome in St. Petersburg, Florida, and because this was during, that era, obviously there was no fans in attendance for this. And yes, I know they had the LED freaking computer screens, but I'm not going to sit there and try to guess how many screens were up representing fans in attendance.
Yes.
And the commentators for this event were Corey Graves, Byron Saxon, Tom Phillips, Samoa Joe, and your boy Michael Cole.
Fuck off.
Oh yeah, I actually went on WWE Shop, looked up a bunch of freaking shirts for discount sales that they're discontinuing. Michael Cole actually has shirts. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, that's a freaking Christmas gift idea for you.
Oh, they also have his orange singlet. I could get that for you too.
Now, what would you think if Christmas Day actually give you your dang gift and it was a freaking Michael Cole t-shirt? What would you think?
And then you just see me throw something at you and it's his orange singlet.
Be like, hell no. We all know how much you freaking love seeing him don the orange singlet.
No, we all know that was for you.
Nope, and the ring announcers for this event were Greg Hamilton and Mike Rome. God, I can't freaking goddamn talk for shit. Why the hell am I doing these reviews? And we got to end. Special shout out to the pre-show match that took place before the event kicked off on pay-per-view, and that was your boy Chad Gable, Otis, Biggie, and Daniel Bryan defeating Sami Zayn, Cesaro, King Corbin, and Shinsuke Nakamura in an 8-man tag match.
Yeah.
Anyway, show started off with a opening video packages hyping up the TLC matches and, of course, the special main event for the show. Oh yeah, and by the way, fun fact, this was the final TLC pay-per-view to ever take place at time of recording. Unless they bring it back one year, but I highly doubt they will. Alright?
Yep.
Yeah, and then after the opener, after getting introduced to the show, welcome to the show by the commentators, we go to our first match, which was actually for the WWE Championship. It was a TLC match with champion Drew McIntyre defending against AJ Styles. This was back when Drew McIntyre was actually being taken serious as a main eventer.
It wasn't only AJ.
Oh yeah, and AJ Styles had freaking his bodyguard Omos in his corner.
It still wasn't only AJ.
Oh, we'll get to that later. And yeah, they showed the video package hyping this match after AJ Styles' entrance. And they also teased that a certain third participant may be entering this match as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course, AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre took the fight to each other in this matchup to start off this match, but AJ Styles got the advantage working on the freaking leg of Drew McIntyre, because if you take out the legs, he couldn't climb the ladder to retrieve the championship hanging above the ring. Logically.
Yeah, we also gave Omos that look. It's like, you better stay where the fuck you're at.
Yeah, McIntyre did when they were fighting on the outside. Of course, AJ Styles fought back, weakened McIntyre's leg, applied the cash crusher submission hold, not just Not a regular house driver. You freaking performed it on the ladder, on the ladder and the steel chair in between,
Yes.
weakening McIntyre's legs some more. But McIntyre managed to fight back. At one point, like near the middle of the match, dumped freaking Styles on the outside through a table. I think was about to climb
Yes.
up, and then what did we? Who did we see come out?
Isn't Morrison?
At this point, The Miz was the one in possession of the Money in the Bank briefcase that he won from Omos a couple months prior. And John Morrison was the one who freaking said, "Yeah, we're cashing in," handing the freaking like referee the briefcase and the ring announcer the briefcase or whatever. Keep that in mind for later. And then this became a triple threat TLC match, and The Miz was about to climb. The Miz was about to claim the victory to grab the championship, but then Omos came in, just freaking with one hand, pulled freaking god dang Miz down and actually carried him like a dang child and tossed him outside through a table. And here's the part where I had to laugh. Morrison came in from behind, nailed Omos in the back with a chair. Chair freaking exploded, and Omos just sold it like you do on 2K. He just stood there, turned around, and be like, gave Morrison that look like, that tickled. Right?
Yes.
And now you're a dead man. Right?
Yes.
Almost chased Morrison to the back. Not chased, more like he walked Morrison to the back, with Morrison scouring like, fuck, 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 right?
Yes.
Yeah, and a little bit later, near the end, freaking McIntyre performed a Claymore kick onto The Miz after he knocked both Miz and AJ Styles off the ladder by pushing another ladder into it, with AJ Styles sailing to the outside. Miz down with a Claymore kick, and McIntyre with one leg, mind you, was able to climb the ladder and retrieve the championship
Yeah.
to retain the WWE and win the match and retain the WWE Championship. Your thoughts on? I know I didn't go through all the crazy spots, but your thoughts on this opening match?
It was good.
I thought it was a good way to open up the pay-per-view, but you know how I said Morrison freaking handed the ring announcer the briefcase?
Yeah.
They later determined, I believe the next night on Raw, they determined that that was an invalid cash-in, and The Miz still had was still in possession of the Money in the Bank contract afterwards, since The Miz wasn't the one who freaking handed the briefcase over. So there you go. It wasn't an unsuccessful cash-in. We know Miz would cash in that contract a couple months later, and we all know where that led to.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good opener. But then we go on to the SmackDown Women's Championship encounter on I think this was no, I think first we seen Paul Heyman get interviewed talking about Roman Reigns and the TLC in his Universal title offense later on in the show.
Yeah.
And then we go to the SmackDown Women's title match between Women's SmackDown Champion Sasha Banks and Carmella. The SmackDown Women's Championship in the modern day is now known as the Women's World title, by the way. Alright.
Yeah.
And of course, freaking Carmella was freaking accompanied by Reginald. Remember him?
Yes. No, not really.
Reginald back then was more like the punching bag for freaking goddamn Carmella's matches. It was very apparent.
Yes, I know. I was doing a joke. It was very forgettable.
Yep. And of course, Carmella was on the offense for most of it. Most of this back and forth matchup here Of course, Banks did end up fighting back, even at one time smacking Reginald around on the outside when he tried to get involved in the match, right? Which I
Yeah.
found funny and entertaining. And at one point, freaking Sasha Banks was able to perform the Three Amigos and the Frog Splash on Carmella, but Carmella freaking kicked out of it. And then Banks then freaking locked in the bank statement on Carmella, only for Reginald to pull Carmella out of the ring. That's when he got smacked around again. Right?
Yep.
Only for Carmella to come back, perform 2 super kicks on the outside, put Banks back into the ring for another 2 count. And that's when freaking Carmella got frustrated. That's when she lost control, as Banks was able to counter freaking Carmella's finisher, apply the freaking dang Banks statement again, forcing Carmella to
What
tap
was
out.
her finisher called again, Dustin?
I don't care what Carmella's finisher was called.
The Code of Silence.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing right now when I'm talking. I'm just kidding.
Fuck off.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Carmella tried for the Code of Silence. That didn't work. Sasha Banks applied the bank statement again, this time in the middle of the ring. Carmella had nowhere to go and she tapped out. Thus, Sasha Banks retains the SmackDown Women's Championship here. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good.
Say, did they have better matches? Yeah. Yeah, but I thought it was an alright match. It wasn't no spectacular 5-star rating from me or anything, but, it was serviceable because I seen worse. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after the match, we see Asuka backstage looking for a new tag team partner for the women's tag team title match later on, because her partner for the night, Lana, got taken out of action due to Nia Jax, right, on Raw, and Shayna Baszler on Raw, right?
Yep.
And that's when Billie Kay came up, and this was when she was doing her recruit me as your partner gimmick. Because Lord knows Vince McMahon, for some reason, loved to split up tag teams. Right?
Yeah.
Which I found funny, because this was her gimmick back then. It would be more funnier come the following month at the Royal Rumble, but we'll get to that event when we get to it. Right?
Yep.
And Asuka, and this whole segment ended with Asuka saying, "Yeah, sorry, I already got freaking a partner. The position is filled." And it was a mystery partner for Asuka. I wonder who that could be. Certainly ain't no freaking female superstar that got overexposed in the championship scene or anything. Right?
Yep.
But speaking of championships, we go on to the Raw Tag Team title match between your boys, The New Day, defending against the Hurt Businesses, freaking Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin.
Fuck the New Day.
Yeah, and the Hurt Business here was accompanied by MVP, and you know what? I'm going to let you talk about this tag match.
No, you can continue.
No, this one's all on you. We all know the New Day are your boys.
No, we all know that they're your boys. Especially now because of the sombrero.
Oh, you mean those damn morning hats? That look ridiculous.
Yes.
I swear to God, that shot of Xavier Woods wearing that big-ass, huge morning hat, wearing, the suspender freaking ring gear outfit he was wearing, I swear to God, it looked like freaking, Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. You know for a fact that's true. Right?
Fine. All it was that freaking, the Hurt Business was kind of on a losing streak in the tag team division.
Yeah.
And then Cedric Alexander decided to join the Hurt Business because he was, as he said, I quote, I'm sick of being the good guy. Also, the New Day was split up because it was just Xavier and Kofi, and Big E was going off by himself to go for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, which was on the SmackDown brand at the time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and the New Day and business each other from their previous encounters.
Yeah.
And also, Bobby Lashley went on by himself to be the United States champion.
But Bobby Lashley was still technically a member of the Hurt Business. But yeah.
Yes. Well, he was the leader of the Hurt Business, which is now the Hurt Syndicate in AEW.
Yeah, because AEW can't use the Hurt Business name that's trademarked by WWE.
Yes. And so they freaking wrestled each other. Alexander fucking was going first, it was being pretty decent against Kofi and Xavier. And then he tagged in Shelton Benjamin. He was doing pretty decent as well. At one point he hit 2 pay dirts.
Which that looked impressive.
On both Kofi and Xavier Woods.
Don't underestimate the athleticism of Shelton Benjamin. I just wish he would have got a bigger main event push.
The thing is that he could have been a big main eventer, because right when he switched over to that persona back in 2000, not 2009,
Well,
2011, I think it was 2011 or 2010 is when he went and changed it when he was in ECW.
Oh, yeah, it was 2008, I believe he became the gold standard Shelton Benjamin.
Yes. When he switched over to the gold standard, and he stayed as the gold standard.
Basically.
Even when he returned in 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was either 2018 or 2019 is when he returned.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Shelton Benjamin doing this a long time, dating all the way back to his OVW days that led into his Team Angle days.
Yes.
Yep.
And then he was getting screwed over then, and he decided to team up with Bobby Lashley after getting betrayed by Paul Heyman.
Yep. But anyway, about this tag match.
And then in the tag match, he was going to he figured, oh, that's not enough. I'm going to hit one more pay dirt. And what happens? Cedric Alexander freaking tags and hits the lumbar check and gets the 3 count on Kofi.
Yep. And ended up in the Hurt
And
Business
now
on the tag
new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Hurt Business.
Yeah, your thoughts on that one?
Decent. Did they have better matches? Yes.
Yeah, but am I gonna complain about a standard tag match? Nah. I've seen worse.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen worse, like WCW worse.
Yeah.
Thanks to you. So yeah, and then we go yeah, and then I think we went backstage to see they showed the Slam or the Sammy Award, that freaking Big E won, and then leaked audio footage came out, and there we see Sami Zayn in the back trying to intimidate freaking one of the interviewers there, and she was like, I don't tell my sources. We'll get back to
She
that
was
later.
talking to Kayla Braxton,
Yep.
asking who gave her the leaked footage, and she was saying, "No, I don't give out that I have integrity." And then he was going on saying, "You have it, yeah, your integrity. I'm the only one that has integrity."
It's a conspiracy. Anyway, from there we go on to the women's tag team title match. It was, and as we've mentioned earlier, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler took out freaking, Lana from this match, who was supposed to be Asuka's tag team partner. So now Asuka has a mystery partner that we don't know about. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, the champions, came out first, followed by Raw Women's Champion Asuka here. And then Asuka pointed to the Titantron and be like, "Here is my mystery tag team partner who I recruited." And who was it? Oh, it was Charlotte Flair. I'll stand corrected. It's not like Charlotte Flair needed a big push or anything, right?
Yeah.
And of course, in storyline, Charlotte Flair was absent due to an arm injury since since June of this year when she was tagged by Nia Jax. In the end,
Shayna Baszler.
And Shayna Baszler. In the end, it was just Charlotte taking time off. But whatever.
Yeah.
And Flair here was dead set in on revenge on freaking Nia Jax here. And of course, freaking Flair attempted to apply the figure four leg lock on Baszler when those two were legal women, only for Jax to interfere and break it up. Right?
Well, she tried to hit her figure four on Shayna, but Shayna Baszler was kicking at her feet.
Yep. And Baszler then locked in the Karafuda clutch on Flair, only for Flair to escape and perform the natural selection onto Baszler and win the tag team titles. That was pretty much the only good highlights from this. Besides that, before the end, it was just your standard tag team match back and forth, and everyone was questioning what Charlotte Flair gonna do when she gets into the ring, or is legal until she got the tag in. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay. It wasn't the best tag match, but yeah, Flair and Asuka won the women's tag team titles here. And this meant that freaking Asuka was a double champion, while Flair became a triple crown champion.
Yeah.
Shit. Anyway, yeah, I wish I could go into more detail about this tag match, but I pretty much just summed it up basically there. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good. It was nice seeing Charlotte Flair come back.
And then I'm just wondering, okay, had freaking the world not changed in 2020 and we had fans in attendance, I wonder how the fans would react to her returning, though. Because they piped in the cheers. I'm pretty sure that'd be a lot of boos. Yeah, and then we see that awkward commercial after this. And what did we see here? What were superstars doing to a certain year?
Oh, yeah. Freaking 2020 comes out. Fucking does COVID. And then Drew McIntyre comes out. Fucking gives him a Claymore. Fucking Jey Uso comes out. All the freaking different freaking superstars came out. And then at the end, who else is coming? 2021!
Yeah. Yeah, we all know that year was shitty too.
2020 versus 2021.
Yeah, we all know with the power of hindsight, 2021 was crappy too. At least the first half. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and then and then I think this is where we see the backstage segment with Sami Zayn confronting Big E about the whole leaked audio tape, obviously, with R-Truth in the background just talking. R-Truth was 24/7 champion at the time. I'm surprised no one tried to go for the belt, right?
Yeah.
And of course, they did that angle here just to announce that on SmackDown following this, it would be Big E defending the. It would be Sami Zayn defending the Intercontinental title against Big E. A match they could have done on this pay per view, but chose not to. Right?
Yeah.
But I digress. Anyway. But anyway, we get to the semi-main event, which was a TLC match for the Universal Championship between Kevin Owens and the Universal Champion, our Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
You was your Tribal Chief. Fuck him.
So bad I knew you were going to say that.
Uh-huh.
And the whole story they told here was Kevin Owens was named #1 contender. Kevin Owens said he can beat down Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens said he's not going to stay down despite Roman Reigns' efforts. And pretty much Owens stated that Roman was using his family to stay on top. Right? While he fights for his, basically. Is what I got out of it. Watching the whole video back. Right? Yeah, and then Roman Reigns made his entrance with Paul Heyman accompanying him to ringside. And Kevin Owens didn't even get an entrance because he's like, screw this, and he jumped Roman Reigns immediately upon freaking Roman getting to the ring and posing. You know, Owens had business. He was like, I ain't gonna waste time getting to the ring. Screw it. Right?
Yep.
And the fight was on. More like the beatdown was on because the first 5 to 10 minutes was Kevin Owens just beating the hell out of Roman Reigns on the outside, with Reigns getting pretty much little to no offense, if any. Right?
Yeah.
And then by the announce table, even Jey Uso tried getting involved. But Owens freaking countered Jey Uso, freaking beat the heck out of Jey Uso on the outside, including Pillmanizing Jey Uso's ankle with a steel chair. Right?
Yep.
Which then Jey was carried to the back. Don't worry, he'll come back into play later. Right?
Yep.
But then that's when freaking Roman Reigns got back into freaking got in control, only to be met with a stunner later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after Owens performed the stunner here, Jey came back out, and Jey ended up getting put through the announce table with a pop-on powerbomb from Owens. Right?
Yep.
But then shortly afterwards, Reigns came out and freaking performed the Uranagi chokeslam on to freaking Owens through another table. Right?
Yeah.
But despite that, Owens would not stay down. And he rose his feet, gets the ring, and then Reigns was like, God damn, just stay down. Right?
Yep.
And yeah, freaking Owens. Then later on, Owens was back in the ring, got up in the ring, and then Reigns hit a spear on Owens through a table, which shattered completely. All right.
It didn't shatter, it exploded.
Yes. Yes, and then Owens freaking got out of the ring, freaking made his way back to his feet before Reigns could even get the freaking ladder to climb. And Reigns was like, stay down. And you could hear Owens audibly yell out, you're going to have to kill me to keep me down. Which then Reigns ended up going for a spear on the freaking Owens on the outside, but Owens moved out of the way, and Reigns ended up going right through the barricade into the timekeeper area, knocking him out of the equation.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Owens got back in. Yeah, then Owens got back in, went to go climb the ladder, but Reigns then freaking intercepted immediately, selling that like you on 2K. I know that's my second one, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, but then freaking Owens fought back, nailed 2 super kicks on the Reigns. And Owens then went for a pop-up powerbomb. Freaking Reigns countered with a Superman punch, but then Reigns then attempted to go for another spear, but Owens encountered that into a pop-up powerbomb through the table that was set up in the ring, causing freaking Reigns to go back out to the outside, knocked out. And at this point, this was Owens' best chance to climb the ladder and retrieve the title. And what happens? Owens got up to the top, was about to take the championship down, but then Jey Uso came out and intercepted some more. Interfered some more in this match.
Out.
Right? And then Owens then freaking nailed Jey with a bunch of headbutts, and then took Jey out once again. Right?
Yep.
And then Owens then went back up to the top of the ladder, went to go grab the championship, putting an end to this matchup, but nah. Reigns recovered, got up on the ladder, and Reigns decided to be a dick to Kevin Owens' prize fighters.
Yeah, low blowed him.
And then freaking Reigns then applied the guillotine choke on Owens on top of the ladder. And when Owens went lifeless and limp, freaking Reigns let go. Owens fell off the ladder, and Reigns freaking unhooked the title to win the match.
Yes.
And still, your reigning and defending Universal Champion Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, acknowledge him.
No.
And your thoughts on this match at least say your thoughts on this match as a whole.
It was a good match. Kevin Owens should have won, though.
Yeah, this match was the best TLC match of the night out of the 2 that occurred. Of course, they would have a better last man standing match a month later at the Rumble, which we're going to have to review at some point.
Yeah.
But out of the 2 TLC matches that took place, to me, this one was the best one. And no, not just because of Roman Reigns winning. Mostly because of the story they told throughout the whole match. Right?
Yeah.
And if the Carnage couldn't get if you thought the Carnage was done here, it's not.
Nope.
Because we got one more match to talk about, the main event of this show, which is the reason why people talk about this show in the modern day. And that is the Firefly Inferno match pitting the Fiend Bray Wyatt against Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when this match was first announced, I was kind of excited to see it because I'm just like, okay, it's been years since we last seen an Inferno match on WWE pay-per-view. The last one literally being Kane and MVP's match from 06.
Yeah.
And yes, I know we had a Ring of Fire match at the 2013 SummerSlam between Bray Wyatt and Kane, but I don't count that as an Inferno match because the way to win was by pinfall. This one, you had to set your opponent on fire to win the match.
Yeah, well, this is a new iteration of the Inferno match. This wasn't like the original.
Yeah, and the backstory for this one dates all the way back to their 2017 feud. And all I can think about is like, that cringe freaking WrestleMania 33 match between the two. At least this one was way, way, way better than that one. Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, Randy Orton made his entrance first. And you could tell he was really selling the Dangerous match because he was wearing his freaking sweatshirt along with jeans and everything else. He wasn't wearing his traditional wrestling attire, because that would have been a dead giveaway to the planned finish.
If he would have wore his regular attire, he would have got set on fire.
Yeah, and then the Fiend made his entrance here, and the match was officially underway. And every time Orton would go and attack the Fiend with strikes, punches, kicks, moves, whatever, the Fiend would just freaking sit there and taunt Orton and laugh about it. And just get right back up.
Yep.
Yeah, and then at one point, the Fiend attacked freaking, yeah, and then freaking the Fiend attacked Orton, knocking Orton to the outside. And then freaking, and then when Orton was on the outside, the Fiend posed, and the entire freaking dang Thunderdome freaking ringside area got lit up with flames, right? So pretty much these two were wrestling in the pits of hell, is what this visual was, right?
Well, like I said, this is a different iteration of the Inferno, because the Inferno match is literally where they light the fire around the ring.
Yep.
But they didn't do that. They let the fire all the way around the wrestling area.
Yeah, which obviously gave these two more room to work with instead of just in the ring, right?
Yes.
And then on the outside, the Fiend was in control when he took out a leather strap. Freaking nailed Orton in the back a couple times with it. And then the Fiend pulled out another strap from under the ring, and all I can think about was like, oh my god, the Fiend is going to double strap you. Yeah. Am I right? But no. Freaking the Fiend took that other strap, ignited it, lit it ablaze on fire. And then he tried to go hit Orton with it, but Orton moved out of the way. Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Orton at this point freaking ended up... But that didn't really stop the Fiend. The Fiend got back in control. And then the Fiend then freaking took out a pickaxe. A pickaxe used as a weapon. And he
was going to ask him a question. He was picking an axe to pick his question. He wanted to pick his mind about it.
Yeah, and then then the Fiend tried to use that deadly pickaxe weapon on Orton, but Orton moved out of the way, and freaking Fiend ended up getting it stuck in the freaking barricade area. Right?
Yeah.
You know where the timekeeper area was. Yeah, then freaking Orton then took out a freaking what was it, a freaking axe handle, started beating the Fiend with it, but the Fiend pretty much no-sold it, powered back against Orton. Then the Fiend then brought a Bray Wyatt style freaking rocking chair, sat it in front of the announce table, doused it in gasoline, freaking beat Orton down to where he got Orton sitting on the freaking dang chair, and then the Fiend took a lighter and lit the freaking gasoline on fire, which Orton was able to jump off the chair out of the way quick enough before the chair got lit on fire. Right?
Yes.
I'm just like, huh. Yeah, and then afterwards, Orton just went all ham on freaking the Fiend for that one. Right?
Yeah.
Which also saw Orton wrap that steel chain around his fist, nail the Fiend a few times with it. Then he performed a DDT from the apron to the floor. And when all these big moves like that were happening, the flames were being shot everywhere. Right? Throughout the whole place. And then Orton attempted to hit the Fiend with an RKO on the floor, but freaking Fiend applied the mandible claw onto Orton. And at the same time, he was trying to back Orton into the fire that was behind them. But Orton reversed it But Orton reversed it, and the Fiend's back got caught on fire. Thus, Orton won the match. And the visual of freaking the Fiend's jacket and pants leg on fire. That's a visual. And then he realizes, oh shit, I'm on fire. I'm going back in there anyway. I don't care about being put out. Right?
Yeah.
And as soon as the Fiend got back in the ring, he got met with an RKO. Right?
Yep.
And that's how the pay-per-view ended. Wait a minute. There's more? Oh, yeah, there's more. Oh, you could tell him about the part what happened after the match was officially done. So what happened?
You had to literally set your opponent on fire. So when freaking the Fiend was knocked the fuck out, Randy goes to check on him, make sure he's breathing. At this point, mind you, they already had him out of the damn ring.
Little camera trickery, right?
So what was in the ring was actually a dummy-sized Fiend.
And probably was something to simulate, the Fiend breathing. Or whatever.
Yes.
Right.
And then he goes and freaking pours gasoline all over him. And grabs the match and lights it and throws it on him.
While the whole time the commentators were like, don't do it, Randy, don't fuck. Right?
Yes.
Yes. And seeing the Fiend lit on fire is one of the most shocking endings a WWE pay-per-view could end.
Yes.
And the show came to an end while still having the shot of the Fiend's body being burned. Your thoughts on this one, buddy?
It was extreme.
I don't know about you, but that should count as murder. Setting someone on fire like that. Right?
Yeah.
But obviously it was a dummy. Now, I seen this live, and at first I was as shocked as everyone else, but then it just took me a little bit to realize, okay, that was obviously a prop dummy that he burned. But still, shocking visual, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought the Inferno match was the best match of this night, of this card. Whew. Yeah, and to date, that's the last Inferno match they've done to date at time of recording. Right?
Yeah.
So now we go to what I call our favorite portion of the review, and that's our rating system. / final grade. Drew McIntyre defeating AJ Styles and The Miz in that TLC match to retain the WWE Championship. I gave that one 4 out of 5.
I gave it a 3.5. It was decent. It had a little too much interference for my liking. And then when they tried to fake in that Money in the Bank cash, and it was just weird.
Yep. Sasha Banks defeating Carmella to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. I gave that one 3.5 out of 5.
I gave that a 4.
You enjoyed it slightly more than I did. The Hurt Business defeating the New Day to win the Raw Tag Team Championships. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
4.
Asuka and Charlotte Flair defeating Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler to win the Women's Tag Team titles. I gave that one 3 out of 5.
4.5.
God damn. Roman Reigns defeating Kevin Owens in that TLC match to retain the Universal Championship. I gave that one 4.5 out of 5.
3.5.
Of course you would. Right? And of course, the main event that saw Randy Orton defeat The Fiend in that Firefly Inferno match, which ended with Randy Orton setting The Fiend's entire body on fire. I gave that one 5 out of 5.
Easy 5 out of 5.
And my personal final grade for TLC 2020 is an A for arson.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, anyway, that's our thoughts on our final grade for TLC 2020. I know I am going to regret this, because you've been having me watch a bunch of crap lately when it came to your picks. So next week on the classic pay-per-view review, it's your pick. What the hell abomination are you gonna have us watch next week?
Oh, it has this month's name in it.
Oh God, if it's what I'm thinking of fuck you in advance.
December to Dismember.
I hate you. That show's already gonna get an F. That was the worst WWE CW pay-per-view there ever was.
I think it was 08?
It was 06.
Oh, yes, 06.
Yeah, and by the time the pay-per-view ended, they still had like 40 minutes of freaking pay-per-view time. No one cared. It's like, why? You motherfucker. I gave you a decent show and you gave me shit again. I'm starting to see a trend. Right?
I want to make sure, because I know that there was multiple of them.
Yeah, ECW, December to Dismember. The last one took place in 95. This one took place in 2006. And I know that's the one you're thinking of.
Yes, it's 06. December, the only one that they had in 06, that because they never did it again. December to Dismember, ECW champion Big Show defends his title against in the first ever Extreme Elimination Chamber match against Punk, Van Dam, Bobby Lashley, and more.
Yeah, it was Big Show defending against Bobby Lashley, freaking Test, Rob Van Dam, Hardcore Holly, and CM Punk. And Hardcore Holly was a replacement for Sabu, who got taken out of the match for no reason. Oh yeah, and there was only one good, decent match on here, and that was the Hardys taking on Eminem. Weeks before Joey Mercury's face got destroyed. Right?
But we also got to see Sylvester's Takai and Elijah Burke, who is now known as Pope D'Angelo Dinero,
taking on the FBI. And if that doesn't whet your appetite, how about Balls Mahoney versus Matt Stryker? Your boy.
Everyone was yelling, balls, 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 balls.
You ain't quite into that one. How about Kevin Thorne and Ariel taking on Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly, for example?
Yes.
Oh, if you ain't into if that one doesn't quite make you want to watch this show, I know for a fact the match between Tommy Dreamer and Daivari will. This show sounds like crap on paper. Why would you make me want to watch it?
Because I told you we were going to do it, and I said I fucking keep my promises, and I told you that we were going to do this last year, and I forgot.
Motherfucker.
And then you thought I'd forget again, but nope.
I was actually lucky last year when we never friggin' reviewed that show, and now you're making me do it.
I forgot. I
have a feeling this is your revenge for freaking King of the Ring 95 from 6 months ago. Making me watch this crappy ass ECW show.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh boy. Next week's show, yeah. Instead of Extreme Championship Wrestling, next week's gonna be extremely crappy. More ways than one. My brain already hurts thinking about it. Yeah, anyway, next week we're going to review the abomination that was December to Dismember 2006. You fucking... Yeah, that show was not good. I can already tell you that right now.
Well, this was also the only, I think, showing, because after this, Sylvester Takai got released, if I remember correctly, because he had a felony, I think, or he was dealing with charges or something.
Yeah. Or whatever the case
So it was literally like the new brood or the new something. The new breed, yes.
Oh, God. Yeah, you suck for this one. That being said, wish us freaking luck next week. We're gonna freaking need it. And
you thought I'd forget.
That being said, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
You literally thought I'd forget about ECW December to Dismember.
That show sucks, and you know it. So don't be giving me that crap. Anyway, we're gonna need luck in the next week's review. This guy just wants to see the world burn. So anyway, until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.